Welcome back to Chevy's Inside High School Sports on this Saturday night. I'm Matt Musel. After making it to the state championship 2 years ago and the state semifinal last year, Crosby moved up to 5A Division I this year. However, they still wanted to play the best Division II has to offer, so Thursday night they took on Fort Bend Marshall. And boy, did this game live up to the billing. In the first quarter, Crosby's Kyron Miles with the play action, leaving David Ards open for the first touchdown of the game. The Cougars would lead 14-7 going into halftime. Then Marshall would hit on some big plays in the third. First, Jordan Davis hits Andre Feast in the flats, and he sheds some tackles and races down the sidelines for a 65-yard score to cut the lead to 14-13. Then take a look at the hole the Buffs O-line provides for Jonathan Haynes. Goodness gracious, you could fit a tank through there. Haynes goes 85 yards to put Marshall up 21-13, but Crosby ties it at 21 apiece, and we head to overtime. On the Cougars' first possession in OT, Levi Fontenot cuts back against the grain and scampers in for the 12-yard score. They miss the extra point, making it 27-21 Cougs. Marshall gets it shot. Davis feels the pressure, throws across his body, but not far enough as Nathan Holder makes the interception to end the game, and Crosby wins it 27-21 in overtime. That's exactly what Magnolia West did against Fort Bend Bush Thursday night. On the first possession, Bo Chumley to Colton Adcox for 42 yards on the score. It's a 7-0 lead for Magnolia West. In the second quarter, the Mustangs go with senior Ryan Ojeda under center. He rolls to his right and finds Gus Jordan in the middle of the field. Jordan avoids all would-be tacklers and takes it to the end zone for a 46-yard score. It's 14-0. The Mustangs wouldn't need much more than that, as the defense was outstanding. The Mustangs caused 3 turnovers, including this Kalen Diger interception en route to a 43-0 win, and this week's defensive title belt. They've been playing water polo at the club level for years in the greater Houston area, but this year, the UIL has recognized it as one of their sanctioned sports. Our Chevy Spotlight found out that at Brazoswood, the Bucks are more than ready to compete for that inaugural state championship. They've been playing water polo at the high school level for over 50 years now, but never as a part of the UIL. It's been all club leagues and sparse participation until this year. Now, water polo athletes can wear their school's names across their chest for the first time in the state of Texas.
You're so excited for these kids because they want to play for their schools. They want to be able to play for a state championship in Texas. And now they're going to be able to.
I think it's very exciting because it's making water polo more recognized as a sport instead of just having our own league and like going to it for our season.
Brazoswood has had a water polo team since 2003 and has gradually become one of the better teams in the Houston area. Last year, they were one of 2 schools in the state to have both their boys and girls teams make it to state at the club level. Coach Robert Brown says it's tough to convince swimmers to participate in water polo because of how physically demanding it can be. So he's learned to pull athletes from other sports who can use the skills they picked up playing their sport and use it in the pool.
You try to pull in the basketball players, that have the concepts of game concepts, and then, the throwers for softball. Some of the better players on my girls' teams have been those that have come from softball.
I think water polo includes a lot of different aspects. You have swimming, endurance. It's kind of the setup of basketball. So there's just a lot of different aspects to it, and the aggression. As long as the refs don't see it, then it didn't happen. So that's kind of fun too.
You heard that right. There's physical play that happens under the water that not only do the officials miss, but newer fans don't understand.
When you're getting pushed on, shoved underwater, a lot of new parents come into it, they don't understand that, and they're, going bananas because, their child's getting drowned. But, at the same time, once they learn the rules, they got to let go of the ball, and then they let go.
It's all about hard work because you're trying to master swim, treading, knowing the game, and as well as your shot. and it all comes into one, and if you can get all of it down as well as spread your knowledge to more people, then that's how you make a good player and a good team.
With the UIL getting involved, more schools are forming water polo teams, which means more competition. At first, there will be growing pains at some schools, but exposure to the sport is what the UIL is looking for at first.
With it being UIL, it brings in a lot more people, a lot more teams, and it's not really, water polo doesn't have, in my opinion, as many like female teams, and so it's nice getting to maybe possibly be able to play more teams in our area.
There are 32 districts in the inaugural UIL season, with Brazoswood being a favorite in District 12. Of course, what all of the teams are playing for is that first ever state title in water polo.
I've envisioned that moment just about every day. So it would be my greatest accomplishment as a coach. You know, I've had a lot of successful teams, individuals in the sports I've coached, but that would be the ultimate goal is coach to win a state title.
Our last 2 years, we had a shot, but we missed. But this year, we don't plan on missing.
And good luck to the Buccaneers and all of the Houston area teams competing for that UIL state title in water polo. I know I've been to a number of water polo competitions because one of my grandsons plays over in Austin. It's going to be a fun season. All right, when we come back, we take a look at one of the best receivers in the class of 2024.